Alright guys, this is I just wanted to quickly go over my build for Godfall. That basically helped me get through level 50 of the floor 50 of the Ascended Tower trials. This is not like the best build out there. I'm sure there's way better builds out there, but this is the one I stuck with, and it was good enough at least to get to 50 and get that trophy, to get the platinum trophy. That's all I really cared about for this game, because after I got the platinum, I'm pretty much done with this game. I just want to quickly go through my build. It's the Moebius build, and she focuses on curse. As you can see, it's at 32%, which is a good amount, and my critical hit chance is at 30%, and that's really good. The main focus of this build is Overhealth, critical hit chance, and Arcane Fury. Because if you're not aware, Arcane Fury, it acts as your health while it's activated. So the more you have that, the more basically you don't have to worry about your health. So it's almost like 3 bars of health if you have Arcane Fury, Overhealth, and your normal health. And you can see that I focus on might and vitality. Spirit, I don't really care about. I don't know how important spirit is. I don't think it's that important for the trials. Let's see. I know that I'm pretty late to this, but I just want to get this out before the game dies, or because I think the Xbox version is coming out in a few months, or at least this year. So there's probably still gonna be some people playing this game later on down the road. So I just wanted to share mine. This isn't I think I already said it, but this isn't the best build, but it worked for me. So yeah. So first weapon, or my primary weapon, is the longsword. This one. I really like hitting weak points in this game. I prefer hitting weak points instead of blocking. So you can see the primary effect of this one is shortly after you hit a weak point, a burst of energy deals 2659 void damage to all enemies in the area. Critical hit chance 6%, 32% damage to cursed enemies, and rampage charge speed is at 14%. And let's see. Sure, I maxed this out. I maxed out most of my items except for like maybe a couple. This is the secondary. My hammer is whenever you defeat an enemy with a weapon technique, you gain 450 overhealth, and your overhealth no longer degenerates. That's really important because you want to keep your overhealth as much as you can. And then chance to inflict curse 14%, soul shatter buildup 9%, 28% rampage expiration time, and plus 7% weapon technique charge speed. That's important too, because when you ever defeat an enemy with its weapon technique, you gain 450 overhealth. That's really important. Alright. What is this? Yeah, the amulet. The amulet I'm using is Amulet of the Betrayer. I think a lot of people use this one. Basically, if you're gonna die, it saves you from death for 5 seconds. It has a 10-minute cooldown. And look at my critical hit damage is at plus 40 and plus 24%. Breach damage, that's pretty good. Charm, charm, whenever I hit a weak point, I shoot a projectile that deals 3419 damage, physical damage, more critical hit, a bunch of critical hit, weapon technique damage, critical hit chance, ring. Whenever you defeat a cursed enemy, gain 264 overhealth, and your overhealth no longer degenerates. Same thing, but that's even more overhealth because I'm gonna be inflicting curse on a lot of enemies with this build. So it's almost guaranteed you get overhealth every time you kill an enemy. You can see the void damage. Another ring. Whenever you hit a weak point, gain 2% Archon Fury charge and 38% Archon Fury charge speed for 10 seconds whenever you hit a weak point. So that's another focus on the Archon Fury. Lifestone, plus 49% Fury charge speed and plus 97% Archon Fury damage. So that's pretty good. The banner, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good stuff right there. Let's see what else. Let's go through my skills. Weapon techniques, I maxed that out. Soul Shatter, maxed that out. Like I said, this isn't the best build, so you don't have to copy this one for one. You basically just want to do what suits your build, your playstyle. This Thundering Slam, I have a point on it. It's probably not the best thing because I don't use it that often, but it's pretty cool. Weapon timing, that's like my favorite, but I didn't put any on it because it's flashy, but it's kind of pointless for the trials, and it takes away points for other stuff you could be using it on. I think Soul Shatter is really important though. Shield attacks, I really like using the shields. As you'll see in my run, I use a shield a lot. Shield throw. Let's see. Yeah, I have this at level 4. Both of these at level 4. The level 5s are not really necessary. Critical hit chance, max that out. Arcane Fury, max that out. Resistance, max that out. You're gonna need that for the shocking people, even though I don't know if it really helps that much. Because the shocking bad guys, they're the worst. Ailment, that's really important for my curse. Weak points, that's very important because I like to hit the weak points. Finesse, I have 1 on that because it gives you a slide so you could dodge twice basically. More mobility basically, that's really good. Takedowns, that's very important because takedown hurts a lot. It's almost like a one-hit kill for a lot of the bad guys. So I maxed that out. All stats, maxed that out. Breach. You're gonna need that for the people with the shields. When you breach them, you just go ham on them and it'll pretty much kill them. Polarity attacks is not important. Yeah, so basically critical hit damage and might. Yep, there it is. So basically, like I said before, Overhealth, critical hit chance, and curse. And basically you just cheese all that. And I don't think it's cheating, but you cheese it. As long as you cheese it, you will be fine in the trials. At least for this build. Oh, let me go through my augments real quick. I forgot about that. So the augments, it's like it's hard because I know there's a bunch of other builds out there that use different ones. This is the one I went with. It's very limiting because you only have 100 slots power usage, so you can't really use a lot. You can't really use the legendaries even though I wanted to. But I went with these ones. More Arcane Fury charge speed, more vitality, weak point damage. Let's see. This one, Carnage, is a legendary augment. It takes up 30 points. More critical hit damage for every 3% critical hit damage for every 20 might, so it's at 48%. Focus, Overhealth whenever you perform a critical hit, which you should do a lot with this build. Divine Conduit, gain Arcane Fury for 10 seconds whenever you are hit. So that one's alright, but that one's only 5 points. Nightshade, blind nearby enemies whenever an attack reduces your overhealth, which could happen a lot, so you're always blinding enemies. or I'm always blinding enemies whenever I get hit. And then with this one, apply the mark of leeching whenever you blind an enemy. So those two kind of stack on each other. Yeah, it's pretty good. Lion's Pride, 69. 69. Overhealth whenever you defeat an enemy. More overhealth basically. And it's 69, so that's why I chose that one. Endurance adjacent augments grant an additional 65% vitality, so it gives me more vitality basically. And plus 39 critical hit damage during rampage. More vitality, longsword damage. I use the longsword basically for the most part. So that's very important. And then one more thing I wanted to say about, what is it? Oh yeah, my skills. The takedown. The reason why I max this out, other than the damage, takedown damage, it's that when you have it at level 5, for 30 seconds after defeating an enemy with a weapon technique, you can perform a free special takedown by holding L2 to aim and R3 to execute. So when you kill an enemy with a weapon technique, like I would do with my hammer for a lot of the times, I get a free takedown every time I do that. And you could basically just teleport across the map. There's like no limit, except for like bosses. You can't do it to bosses, but basically anyone else, you could just teleport anywhere across the map and just like knock this from 15 and just almost one hit kill them every time. It's really, really good. You'll see it in my playthrough. So yeah, that's the build I went with. It's not the best, it's not the strongest, but it's good enough to get to level 50, 450. You could watch my whole 2.5 hour, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but you could get the gist of what my style is by watching a few of those floors. See if that works for you. Or it could be any other build, but that's how I did it. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped someone, at least one person out there. Yeah, just want to share this one. So, hope you enjoyed.